Welcome to the It's All Good show. This is Dr. Dream. Thank you so much for joining me. Today's topic, as it were, is if you're not fed up, you're not paying attention. So I had a guest ready, all set for this week, Reno lawyer Joey Gilbert. And because of a trial that extended longer than he planned, he's not able to join me. So this is my show again. And I get to talk about some things that are important to me. And the election, it's 1 week off, 1 week before the election. We've all been waiting for this. Not really going to talk about, actually not going to talk at all about either of the two candidates or the two political parties. I'm going to take a look at the big picture and some of the things that bother me the most about the election. Let's start off. I voted 2 or 3 weeks ago absentee ballot because we're on the road. Sent it in, already checked. It's been counted and put into the hopper, as it were. But I want to ask, how many of you did not know who you were going to vote for as of the month of September this year? So the reason I ask you that is, well, first of all, I figure all of us knew exactly who we were going to vote for in September of this year, and no amount of advertising, persuasion, or social media back and forth was going to change any of that. But here's a little bit of the research I did. In September of this year, 2024, the two presidential candidates spent a total of $348 million, mostly to get you to vote for them. $348 million spent. Okay, so I got to ask, what the F is going on here? Total expenditure for this election cycle between the candidates, the PACs and super PACs, the whole kit and caboodle, as it were, over $15 billion. Now, they don't talk about that in the media because guess what? The media is the one that's benefiting from all that money. If we have $15 billion to throw around to support one of two candidates, quite honestly, I'd have to say not much of a choice there, not much of a selection for us. It's a theater. It's already been decided. It's already whatever you believe about it. Do you believe on any level that $15 billion should be spent on this? Do you believe on any level that $348 million should have been spent in September? In September alone, $348 million. Do we have a homeless issue in this country? Do we have a healthcare issue in this country? How about we figure out a different system and that money goes to things that actually benefit the people? What is it going to take for you to get worked up about this stuff? What is it going to take for you to say, I am tired of this crap? The system's not out for me. I wonder how many of you sent donations to the candidate of your choice. Don't you think that money would have been better spent supporting the local food bank in your community? We're coming up on winter right now. $348 million would provide a lot of housing, blankets, warmth, food for people that are homeless, because this system that we live within isn't taking care of the people. What is it going to take to wake up to this? That's why my topic today is, if you're not fed up, You're not paying attention. $348 million spent by the two candidates in September just to pit 50% of the people against the other 50% of the people. And guess what? It's working. Is that what you want? Is that the way we're going to do things? Guess what? Tuesday, the election. Wednesday, we're all back doing our stuff. Pretty sure we're not going to know on Wednesday who won because our system is so screwed up. So we're going to have all sorts of great things to get riled up about and argue about. And quite honestly, it's not going to change anything. But that $348 million could have changed something. That $15.1 billion could change a whole lot of stuff. I just want you to realize, and you're making donations, you're sending your money to Trump, you're sending your money to Harris. What the hell? It doesn't make sense to me. How many of you are supporting organizations in your community that are making a difference? Because helping your candidate buy ads on wherever they're buying ads, it's not helping your community. And it's not changing people's minds in September of 2024 about who they're going to vote for. All of our minds were already made by then. Can't we just get past all of this? Well, no, because the media doesn't want us to get past all of this. So we don't have any big wars going on right now. So let's stimulate the economy by spending $15.1 billion on this freaking election. So, funny story. Surfing the internet the other day, like I do, and I saw this meme called the shopping cart theory, and I found it humorous. And the bottom line was that this meme is all about this theory that people can't self-govern themselves if they can't put the shopping carts back where they belong. And one of the statements in the meme was, they're just savages if they can't put the shopping carts back to where they belong. I found it humorous. I went ahead and posted it on my Facebook page and the only text I put was, the shopping cart theory. People got offended by it. Aww. People got offended by a silly ass humorous meme about the shopping cart theory. Okay, so we talk about all this spending on the election. I don't hear anybody getting offended by that. I do posts about geoengineering, how it is absolutely affecting our lives, how all those chemicals they're spraying in the sky under the guise of climate control and whatever else is absolutely screwing up our body chemistry. It's screwing up our food chain. This is us, our children, our entire families. All of humanity is being affected by this. And I don't see posts of anyone being offended by this, that our government, shadow government, whatever the hell it is doing it. What does it take for you all to really wake up and say enough already? Media tells you to go out and get your flu shot, go out and get your COVID booster. You really want me to dive into vaccines? I think it's all a load of BS. Go get your COVID booster by a company that has gone out of their way to not take responsibility for what's in there. I have any business owners listening to this right now? We're forced to take responsibility for all the things that we do. And yet these huge, big pharma companies don't have to take responsibility. And all of a sudden, all these headlines and these people died suddenly in their 30s and all this stuff, and we're not paying attention to that. It's just easier to pretend it's not happening. It's happening, people. So the big thing is, what is it going to take for you to wake up to it? What is it going to take for you to realize that your best interests are not being served by the government, by the corporations, by the media? Your best interests are not being served by any of these entities. It's time to pay attention to what's going on. I had Dr. Sandra Rose Michael on the show last week, and one of the things she said, amongst many things she said that I love, please listen to that podcast, but one of the things was, awareness is our power and love is our superpower. So yeah, I'm the it's all good guy, but you got to be aware of what's going on. You can't be aware of what's going on without giving that awareness over to being able to change it. By being aware of what's going on, we can change it. Got ridiculous people telling me that geoengineering doesn't happen. Folks, go to YouTube, watch the documentary The Dimming, Dimming. It's documented. Scientists in conferences are talking about the fact that it's being done. And the fact that it's been being done over decades. So you want to say that this is all conspiracy theory? You might as well say my head's so far up. Or you could just say, listen, it's hard to get a good view through my belly button. We've got to pay attention to what's going on. We've got to acknowledge it and recognize it and then go about changing it. And one of the ways that we go about changing it is being vocal about it. One of the ways we go about changing it is maybe not doing the meme of the cute cat and instead posting something about geoengineering or posting something about supporting your local community organizations that are actually helping your community. We're all children of God. Okay, why aren't we acting that way? Why aren't we taking care of other people? You're waiting for the government to do it? Not happening. Look around in the communities, it's not happening. The tour of love takes us all over the country. We see people living on the streets in just about every single community we go to. What are you doing about that in your community? Turning a blind eye, pretending it's not happening? Well, that's them. They made dumb decisions, this, that, and the other. Oh, judgment. Yeah, that's going to help. That's going to make it better. In my most recent events, I've been talking about Thanksgiving. I imagine if you're watching this podcast, you got plans to be in a nice, comfy home environment for Thanksgiving. Even if it's just you solo, you're going to be in your home. It's going to be comfortable. You'll be warm. A lot of us are going to be with families, having a vegan Thanksgiving, or maybe the big turkey with all the fixins. What about all the people in your community that don't have that? Just sit at home and watch football and pretend it's not happening? Pretend that's not part of what's going on? Oh, I'm a child of God when I want to be, but the rest of the time I'm just out for myself. I'm excited to be in Lawrence, Kansas with my daughter and family members, my grandson, son-in-law, everyone for Thanksgiving. But we'll also be out at the church serving people food earlier in the day. I don't watch football, so I'm not going to miss any big game, but I've got time and energy that I can give to help other people. Do you? Love to hear what you're doing. Send me an email, drdreamlives@gmail.com. Tell me what you're doing in your community. Tell me how you're getting people together to watch the documentary, The Dimming. Tell me that you're giving money to geoengineeringwatch.org instead of a candidate. People that are out there changing the world, that are dedicating their lives to change the world. Starts with awareness. That's your power. Your superpower is love. So one of the common questions as we're out doing our outreach is, Dr. Dream, how do I know I'm going to, and then frame it however it works for you, the individuals. Say, how do I know I'm going to heaven? How do I know I'm going to ascend? How do I know I'm going to make it into the golden age, the new world, whatever it is? And the answer is very simple. Are you more than 51% service to others, or are you more than 51% service to yourself? Look at your life, be honest, and I would suggest that most of humanity has some fine-tuning to do. Service to self is not going to get us where we need to go as humanity, as a planet. Service to others is. I'm doing this, I'm having this conversation right now because I love you, because I love this planet, because I love humanity. I just turned 60 years old. I'm not having this conversation for my future. I'm having this conversation for my grandson's future. Native Americans look at things and they talk about the actions that they do now affect the next 7 generations. Okay, I don't want to bring anyone down any more than I already have. But we don't have 7 generations ahead of us if things stay on the same track they're on. So instead of arguing about which candidate is better and who's going to do this and that for the country, I'll just tell you right now, neither one of them are going to do it. You're going to do it. If you're up to it, you're here, you're breathing, you're alive, you have a role to play. And I'm pretty sure it is beyond going to the 9-to-5 job you're not really happy with, sending your hard-earned money to an election that's not going to make a difference. Make change, do the inner work, figure out what's going on within you. You know that old thing, clean up your side of the street. Don't look over across the street. Tell people they should clean up their side of the street. If we all just paid attention to our own stuff, we can shift anything. How much do you love this planet? How much do you love humanity? Maybe I'm speaking to a small group of people. I'm not sure. I tend to think it's within all of us. I'm not a religious man. I do talk about God. I do believe we're all children of God. I do believe we are all reflections of the divine. And I do believe that each of us as individuals have the ability to really act that way, to really be that way. What are you feeding your mind? What are you feeding your soul? What are you feeding your body? Start addressing everything. Let's clean up our side of the street. We've got this. We haven't been presented with anything that's too big for us to change. But we've all got to come together and do this. How can I support you in making change? It's worth it. It's worth us stepping out of our comfort zone. It's worth us lending a hand to someone who's less fortunate, someone who's fallen on hard times. I get it. The media has us so fearful. It's like, hold on to what you've got. You have no idea what the future brings. I'll tell you what, if we're all holding on super tight to what we've got, the future brings a dismal reality. Lighten up a little bit. We can have fun doing this. It's okay to open your hearts. It's okay to love people. I remember when I was a kid, it's like, oh, we're all individual snowflakes. No snowflake is alike. And then that was overlaid on humanity. No snowflake is alike, and we're all individual snowflakes. And look what it's come to now. If you're not the snowflake I want you to be, I don't like you. We all need to be the same. We all need to agree on everything. Maybe we all need to agree on making the world a better place. Maybe we all need to agree on loving each other. Maybe we all need to agree that we're in this together. And maybe it's our diversity, the things that set us apart, that are going to make this world a better place. Just floating some ideas out there for you. Doing it because I love you. Here to love you. That's why I do what I do. That's why we go out and, 11 and a half months on the road, the tour of love. Just out there loving people. It makes a difference. It absolutely makes a difference. We can all make a difference together. Let's just do it. Stand up for what you believe. Be in your truth, but accept that someone else may be in their truth, and maybe your truths don't quite align and match up perfectly. Accept that people are passionate about different things. It's going to take all of us. Let's stop alienating the people that we think are different than us because they believe a little differently in this and that. The bottom line is, pretty sure we all want the best for our families. Pretty sure we all want the best for our loved ones. Don't let the media sway you. They're not out for you. The $15 billion that'll end up being spent on this election, they're not out for you. So I appreciate you taking the time to tune in, listen to this. This is just my point of view, my opinion. This is the stuff I look at and say, wow, if it was different, what would that change look like? I'm up in arms about election spending. I'm up in arms about geoengineering. I'm up in arms about what's going on with our food, What's being added to our food that doesn't need to be added to our food? I'm up in arms about friends of mine, people I love, going and getting their COVID boosters and their flu shots because that's what they're being told to do. And I'm going to continue to voice my opinion about all of it. Not because I'm some jerk out there just wanting to voice my opinion. It's that I want to help people, and this is what I'm seeing. Until next week, it's Dr. Dream signing off on the Tour of Love and the It's All Good show. Take care of each other.